think, I'm all about prioritization and focus. And that's actually one of the company values we have at Superglue. That being said, I think that companies that just focus on themselves and their short-term interests are not going to win. So I think you have to take several steps if you want to, build radical generosity into your culture. I think you need to start out with making sure that people that work for you understand that helping others, adding values for others, even if there's no immediate impact, is encouraged and valued. I think then step 2 is you need to think about how you can show them how and when to be generous. Like, how does it work? What does that mean to be generous, right? Like, it's actually not that, obvious for everybody. I think you need to make sure that they understand that it pays off in some way in the long run, right? And probably sometimes in a very long run. And that's especially hard if you are dealing with people in your organization, like, for example, salespeople that are somewhat trained to be egoistic. I think then as a leader, you need to show that you live by these values, right? You need to personally make a point and show that you are a good person and you live these values, that you are, that you have the time to be generous, etc. yourself. And lastly, I think you need to celebrate generosity, right? You need to share these success stories, show people what it means to be generous, call out the right behavior, just prove that you take it seriously. And I think then you will see that your culture evolves and people change and great things happen. Not just with your people dealing with external parties, but also internally. Right? Very often companies have this problem that they have silos, right? Like every part of the organization just thinks about themselves. There's no collaboration. It's like, oh, we optimize for this KPI. We don't care about your interests. And if you create this radical generosity, that's also something that happens internally. Somebody from a different department might invest in, making somebody else successful, sharing insights, helping them, and that has great effects on everything you do as an organization.